Sitting astride the equator and bisected from north to south by the Great Rift Valley, Kenya is a land of striking physical contrasts. Claimed by archaeologists to be the cradle of mankind, Kenya is a land of breathtaking beauty, mystery, and tribal heritage. Having been a migratory path for wave upon wave of peoples from all over Africa and the Middle East, the land was originally founded by the Portuguese, then passed into the hands of Arabs, and finally into the hands of the British colonists. And in 1963, Kenya emerged onto the world scene as an independent country. As Kenya emerges into the mainstream of the world economy, it has been forced to turn its attention away from the tribal and colonial roots from which it emerged. Though past decades have been racked with political strife and tribal disputations, Kenya currently enjoys a rather homogeneous culture comprised of over 70 tribal groups and languages, each having a diversity of traditions and religious practices. Although 80% of the current population is under 40 years of age, they are a strong, educated, techno-savvy generation that squarely faces the many challenges the nation faces as they transition from the days of tribal colonialism and move toward being a strong forerunner, sub-Saharan nation that others would emulate. Bustling with traffic congestion and people, cities like Kenya's capital, Nairobi, are struggling to find solutions which will ensure their long-term survival against problems of urban congestion, corruption, massive unemployment, escalating energy costs, available fresh water, fuel, and proper sanitation. To add to this, because of extreme housing shortages, hundreds of thousands of even well-educated people have been forced to dwell in slums so deplorable that even the sight of these slums would revulse most Westerners. The Kibera slum in Nairobi, for example, has over 800,000 occupants and is home to hotbeds of organized crime, prostitution, disease, and despair. Sadly, in the wake of the now dying AIDS pandemic, many of Kenya's abandoned orphans have been forced to dwell in the squalor and deprivation of these slums. Compounding these problems are new waves of crisis emerging as diseases threaten the country's health and Al-Qaeda and ISIS strategize to take over the Kenyan government. In the fall of 2013, Ken Sackett, founder of Visions for Youth, felt moved of God to find a way to help abandoned Kenyan orphans by developing an innovative solution to the problem. If a married couple qualifies with both the bank and the screening adoption placement workers, they are considered candidates to purchase a new solar-powered prefab home with an extremely affordable mortgage under the provision that they are willing to foster parent 2 of Kenya's orphans up through their high school years. The price of these homes will be in the range of 1 million Kenya shillings, which would convert to about 12 to 16,000 US dollars. For rural areas, VFY will also make available a smaller version, which will sell for about 700,000 Kenya shillings, or about 8,000 US dollars. Some of you might ask, how can anyone make a quality home which sells between $8,000 to $17,000? Well, like everything else, you have to leave it to the Chinese. By breaking down a house into individual 10-foot by 4-foot panels, they can, through automation, manufacture, package into containers, and ship these prefab houses anywhere in the world. Because the individually constructed panels already have doors, windows, wiring, and plumbing built right into the panels, when they arrive at the job site, they can be pieced together and erected very quickly, often within 6 hours for a single-family home. Some of the panel homes will be duplexes or condominiums in that they share a common wall. Others, like our farmhouse series, are a single-family home with an upper loft which is used as a large bedroom to accommodate upward to 8 children. All the homes come with a 20-year limited warranty and are constructed with steel studs, high thermo insulation, and inner paneling which is resistant to water, mold, and insects. All of the household appliances will be carefully chosen so as to be both highly affordable and extremely energy efficient. Because both types of residences will be equipped with both photoelectric generation panels and also a rooftop water solar heated storage tank, the houses will not need to be connected to the regional electrical grid or a gas source. And because the homes will utilize aerator waterless toilets and waste wash water filters, there's no need to construct expensive bio-waste septic systems or regional water treatment plants. Both solid bio-waste and kitchen waste can be converted into a fine granular white powder, which can be either used as a fertilizer in our agricultural centers, or it can be released into specially designed algae ponds where it is organically converted into a high-grade biodiesel fuel to power diesel trucks, cars, tractors, and machinery. Clustered together in groups of 25 to 50 homes, the neighborhood will constitute a small community where children can be raised in a secure environment and where people possess both strong spiritual and moral values. The community will be all but self-sufficient, having retail stores, a church with an elementary and a high school attached, a park, community laundry center, playground, and access to public transportation. Because unemployment is almost 70% in Kenya, some of the new homeowners may need financial assistance to cover their monthly bills. To assist people in rural areas, VFY will be developing farming cooperatives on which program participants can not only grow food for their family, but also high-demand products for foreign markets. Because VFY will use new, high-tech ways of connecting producers to consumers, the middleman wholesale profits will go into the pockets of the Kenyan farmers instead of into the pockets of the middleman commodity brokers, which usually skim off a high percentage of the product's end price for themselves. Agricultural products we hope to produce through the farming cooperatives will include such items as coconut palm oil, packaged dried fruits, herb-based health products such as moringa, gourmet coffees, spices, and essential oils. To maximize crop productivity within the cooperatives, VFY is researching innovative cutting-edge agricultural technologies such as Israeli-developed high-tech, high-yield farming. Hydroponics, aquaponics, and vertical farming approaches require no pesticides or fertilizers, and they can produce superior quality organic fruits and vegetables 12 months out of the year from any location, including deserts, tundra, or even urban rooftop locations. To demonstrate the power of these advanced farming methods, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, an agricultural research organization called Grow Power has annually produced over 1 million pounds of organic produce and 10,000 tilapia fish on only 3 acres of urban land. What's more, they can do this even in sub-zero winter weather. Over the next 7 years, VFY International hopes to set up affordable housing communities and agricultural cooperatives in 12 Kenyan counties. While this massive project is developing, we will continue helping needy rural Kenyans in a variety of ways. One of these initiatives is disseminating essential mosquito netting and malaria treatment medications in malaria-susceptible regions. Other distributed medications include antibiotics and treatments for tropical disease, infections, worms, and pain. In the future, VFY hopes to purchase a medically equipped van staffed by technicians so that people living in rural areas inaccessible to hospitals can receive professional medical and dental treatment. We also want to help impoverished rural victims of AIDS. As such, VFY is providing seeds so that widows and grandmothers can not only feed their children, but also sell harvested food at the local market so they can purchase essential family staples. Properly cultivated, rural orphanages can grow an abundance of vegetables and fruits with this same seed. To help local orphanages with immediate food shortages, BFY has also been persuading local farmers to tithe 10% of their crop yield so that local orphanage children don't go to bed hungry. And lastly, we are helping orphan children with the expense of education. In the future, we hope to sponsor many such children so that through their education, they can grow up to be equipped to become successful in life. Those who have graduated high school and are motivated to go to college but can't afford to do so can now take college courses and receive college credits through Allison University's online program. As more nations continue to ignore their Creator's commandments, the natural consequences of that disobedience inevitably affects not only the health and stability of our populace, but also that of our institutions, our commerce, and inevitably the very environment itself. If we sow seeds of selfish ambition, decadence, hatred, and irresponsible regard for the land, our countries will inevitably yield a harvest of corruption, immorality, violence, and environmental disintegration. As the world teeters on the edge of international economic disaster, ecological instability, pandemics, and shortages of food, energy, and fresh water, we need to responsibly ask ourselves, just how long do we think we can maintain our delusion that we are a sustainably healthy planet? At VFY International, we believe that with God's help, we can make a difference through creating healthy communities where people desire to live in harmony with God and with each other. We've all heard the old adage, give a person a fish and you've fed them for a day, but teach them how to fish and you've fed them for life. Though our affordable housing and agriculturally based program for self-employment is still a vision to be actualized, we are finding that this vision is attracting a number of partners from leading financial institutions, municipal governments, and out-of-the-box Imagineers who are coming to believe that if we wholeheartedly work together with sincere hearts, we can see this vision become a reality. In order to successfully reduce slum populations and at the same time find loving families for thousands of abandoned orphans, it will require a lot of determination, hard work, faith, and some rather innovative cutting-edge technological solutions. VFY International's mission statement is, a world where every child has a place to call home. We believe that by establishing entire communities comprised of affordable homes and home-based self-employment, we can create a healthy environment for children to grow. An environment rich in spiritual, moral, and family values where children can actualize all of their innate potential. Consider the irony. The very children who were unwanted and all but tossed aside, through God's grace, these may become the very forerunners of a new Kenya, a Kenya which is strong, compassionate, full of vision, and empowered to spiritually and financially lead so that all of sub-Saharan Africa can make a significant contribution to the world as it enters into the mainstream of the 21st century.